it happen as best we could. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, but you still get the message. And I want to kind of reiterate something. I want to restate the quote that Adrian gave, because he didn't really give the full quote. And Eric Thomas, he's an awesome motivational speaker. He's very popular through social media, YouTube videos. I mean, he just has some awesome stuff. If you're like waking up one day and you don't want to wake up and you don't want to go to work or you don't want to work out or whatever it is, I'm telling you, go on YouTube, put in Eric Thomas speaks, like put something in like that, so all of his speaking stuff will come up. But he has some awesome stuff. And the quote that Adrian was referring to, I want to say it outright, word for word. So again, his name is Eric Thomas. I think a lot of times on social media, they call him ET as well. So you may, if you're familiar with him, you may know about that. But anyway, the quote by Eric Thomas reads, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. All right. So that's some wisdom shared by Eric Thomas, courtesy of Mr. Dr. Adrian Chavez, for dropping that gem of wisdom with us before he closed out. I also want to let you know that Adrian has his own podcast. His podcast, you can find it on iTunes. It's called Your Nutrition Prescription. All right. So Your Nutrition Prescription. He touched a little bit on some of his credentials and his background. He is more than qualified to give you a lot of awesome insight. Don't allow the audio quality to deter you. Check him out, Adrian, on YouTube. When you look up anything related to ACSM, it's not a lot of helpful resources for ACSM. When you search it on YouTube, there's a lot for NASM and ACE, and I'm speaking language that only fitness people would really catch right now. But for my fitness folks out there looking to study, go on YouTube, put in ACSM. You can put on there Master the Personal Trainer Exam, and you can check out a lot of cool videos that will help you now with a lot of the content for the exam that Adrian has posted. And like he said, you can look up the community on Facebook, and it's people like myself in the group who've already, gone through the exam process and can give you a lot of great advice and tips to kind of move you forward and along the process so you hopefully pass as well. So guys, if you've been enjoying the podcast, as I always say, head over to our Facebook page. Just look up Squat Wisely, and you can give our page a like. We're still trying to grow our community. We are still a fairly new podcast. And I'm so funny saying we when it really is just my baby, but I can't help it. So I keep saying we. We is for everyone who's listening. So I'm making y'all a part of the Squat Wisely family, because I have a few people who do listen consistently who reach out to me, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And speaking of reaching out, if this is your first time and you're liking what you hear, you can clearly go back to, previous episodes and check out a lot of other cool people who've been on, or just cool talks that I've given by myself. And if you like any of those episodes, please offer a review on iTunes, on Stitcher. You can even leave comments with episodes within Spreaker. I don't really always talk about Spreaker, but Spreaker is more the distribution platform that sends it to all these different places. And you can also listen to the podcast on iHeartRadio as well. So along with leaving a comment or a review, you can also subscribe by going to those platforms. So if you're an Apple user, iTunes is where you can find it, Stitcher for Android, and of course iHeartRadio for either one. So you decide which one you like best. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope that today is finding you well. I hope that you are making your own wisdom, seeking wisdom, becoming wisdom. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I'll be back next time to do this all over again.
Get a world-class motivational speaker to your next event. Kristen Hester offers professional speaking services in Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond. To hire Kristen, visit www.kristenspeaks.com. Kristen.
You've been listening to the Squat Wisely podcast. Professor Kristen Hester is a philosophy professor, fitness professional, and motivational speaker. For well over a decade, she's led philosophy courses within the university system of Georgia. Kristen leads group fitness classes in Atlanta, as well as leading one-on-one personal training sessions. She strengthens the body as well as the mind. We'll see you next time on the Squat Wisely podcast with Professor Kristen Hester.